Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Audible, Tiki Live, Amazon Music, iTunes, and many, many more that I can never remember. But it's okay. You can also real time get the latest and greatest morning show if you're not in your car on my YouTube channel. So please do free subscribe there, and you'll get all 505 of my past episodes, including red carpet playlists with my interviews with Halle Berry and John Travolta. And I got like over 200 likes on my Instagram for my Shannon Miller interview that I almost forgot about until I saw her commentary on Simone Biles through the Olympics. So just go and check it out and enjoy. And if you have stumbled upon me and are not sure who Dr. Marissa is, I am an organizational psychologist by education. And all that means is I have a PhD, which stands for Piled Higher and Deeper in organizational psychology, which is a field that combines business with psychology. So it sort of explains why people do weird things at work. And that's going to be related to my question of the day in the second segment, where I will give some advice that sometimes I use about how to deal with things at work that drive you crazy, or people that drive you crazy. So keep it tuned here. In the first segment, you know that I love to check in headlines to heartlines, as well as bring you what's right with the world, what's right with the community, what's right with our state, what's right with people. And today's no exception. I actually have someone who I ran into when I was covering a story for my New York news agency in Boyle Heights about a great place. There's not just, well, you know what? I'm going to let her tell you. So enjoy. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Marissa. You know me as the Asian Oprah, reporting live from Salazar Park in LA. And I have someone here who's going to tell me a little bit more about the great opportunities that are here right now. And please introduce yourself and tell me who you are and what you're doing here.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Marissa. My name is Mercy Santoro, and I'm the Deputy Director for LA County Parks and Recreation. And one of the parks I have the privilege of supporting and overseeing is Salazar Park in East LA. We're really excited to be able to tell you about some of the new amenities that are coming to the park, thanks to Supervisor Hilda Solis. And those opportunities stand with our new Arts and Innovation Lab that'll be opening this fall. State-of-the-art technology from 3D printers to graphic art design to elevate the access to technology, to creative careers for both our young adults, our families, and our seniors. But we're equally excited about also being able to introduce a podcast and recording studio to really develop your talents and your skill sets. So Salazar Park is really an exciting destination for our local residents to be able to develop themselves and have access to state-of-the-art technology.
Great. So this is outreach for what community? So you can let them know where this is exactly?
We're situated right here in the heart of East LA. So we want to see our residents who live right across the street come on over in the evening, after school, on the weekends, and take advantage of all these amazing amenities.
Well, if you're in East LA, there's no excuse to say I've got nothing to do and I'm bored. There's lots to do here. I may come and get an intern for my own show from your collection. I think that would be a wonderful access, or to actually apply what they know.
We would love to have you come and mentor our youth and our seniors and do a couple podcasts with us as we emerge with this new access to technology and communication. We would be thrilled.
Wonderful. So I'm glad I hear seniors. everything is opening on Monday. You want to explain a little bit of that?
Absolutely. We, as the Department of LA County Parks and Recreation, will be opening up all of our senior centers and our senior programs on Monday, August 2nd from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if you're looking for a place to stay cool and you just want to socialize after our senior programming, then those are the places to be at from 2 to 4. You can play games, you can socialize, and have a safe place to be together with others after so much isolation and loss that we've experienced.
Absolutely. And you heard it here, because I want to point out what is right with the community, what is right with our county, what is right with our state, what's right with the world, and especially what's right with you and me. So come to Salazar Park. They can find it online.
They can find it at LA County Parks and Recreation website. So just LA County Parks and Recreation. And you will find all of our different activities from our senior programs, our senior centers, our youth programs, our sports programs, and our Everybody Plays free program. So please check out our website.
Fantastic. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live. Remember, it's all about balance, peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. And yes, exactly. That's why I wanted to highlight what is going well. If you're in East LA and you're bored, you shouldn't be bored. There's so much to do, from kids programs that are free up to senior programs that are free. So if you're listening and you're here ready to start moving out again with your masks on just until we get through all of the variants, then please do go to that website to find out more. Okay? If you have a community event or a news item that you would like me to cover, please do go to my website, drmarissa.life, and put in the subject news. That is really news, not old, or CNN, constantly negative news, because I do want to know and highlight those things that are good. As well, this is a great place if you're a business owner, a small business owner to very large business owner, and you would like to advertise on a channel, on a show that highlights what's good instead of what's angry, what's resentful, what's horrible, what's wrong with people, then please do contact me as well. If you'd like a couple of minutes to chat with me to see if there's a fit, go to drmarissa1.youcanbook.me, and then we'll schedule a little chat. All right. And we'll be right back now with the question of the day, which is, how do you deal with people who frustrate the living bejesus out of you at work? Keep it tuned here to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. Welcome back. You are tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, because I want to splatter more hope and happiness on you. I am on my Happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years, and you are helping me with that by taking some advice that I do use sometimes, but it is the show Take My Advice. I'm not using it, but I do sometimes use it when I actually want to feel better. So the question of the day is one that has come as a direct result of seeing friends and family interact with people that drive them absolutely crazy at work. And I think that's probably something that is not uncommon if you have ever worked with people. And I don't know a lot of people who have the luxury of working on their own. Then you will have had certain frustrations. And as an organizational psychologist, I get to go into organizations and work with groups where, and I will leave the names out of it, but I've been in organizations where people were so angry at each other that they would refuse to talk to each other in meetings. They would refuse to talk to each other when jobs had to get done. I even had one case where someone flashed a weapon on the other one. I've had people who spend their entire careers avoiding, they see them coming down the hallway and they duck into the bathroom to avoid them. It's been amazing, the human dynamic at work, which is my field, organizational psychology. And so you may remember me. I have people still who say, you woke me up in my bedroom Saturday morning because they played a rerun of Totally Out of Control People on Discovery Channel or ABC, or they played, it was Busted on the Job. It was one of my first kind of embarrassing TV commentator jobs, but why people pee in their coffee pot. There was a disgruntled employee. I don't know if any of you remember that. So I get to come in and coach people on how to deal with people that frustrate them to the nth degree. And some of you may remember, what's that show? Alice to the Moon. Drives you to the moon. So if you've ever been frustrated at work, this is the question answer segment that is just for you. So what do you do? So you know who I'm talking about. There's probably one or two individuals that you have to work with. And if you really had a choice, you would not be working with them. And the bad news is, or I should say, the good news is you're not alone. I don't know any organization that doesn't have one or two people that drive everybody to the moon. And it's usually the same person. It's an interesting thing. I have an organizational model where I have the top 20%. Those are your cheerleaders. They do everything you want. The bottom 20% are the people that complain all the time. And then the 60 in the middle, which can go either way, depending on what leadership does. And the mistake that most leadership does or do is focus on the bottom 20. So all of the attention goes to trying to correct or change the bottom 20. And all that ends up doing is the people who are sitting on the fence want attention, and they see that the way they get attention is to behave badly. So when I coach leaders in this, I tell the first thing to do is just focus on the other end. Where your attention is, that's where people will go. So the good news is you're not alone. This happens all the time. The bad news is it can really affect your joy at work. It can really affect your stress level at work. So the first tool that I go through is usually accepting. Acceptance is the answer. Accepting that you're just really not going to get along with everybody. I only know one organization where you get along with everybody in the company, 100%. You want to know where it is so you can go work there? It is called the cemetery. Where there are no people, there are no problems. So you're always going to have at least one person who's going to rub you the wrong way. And if you can accept that, then when someone pushes your buttons, then you can go, oh, well, there it is. That's the one. It's going to happen, and I can choose now to let it get to me, or just remember, Dr. Marissa told me it's normal, and you just take a breath. You know me and my breath, just centering yourself, soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees, another deep breath in, and releasing that person, and just wish them well. You just know that somewhere someone loves them. Not you, but someone somewhere does. And they do the very best that they can. And if they could do better, they would, but they can't. And then third breath in, connecting with chi, eternal energy that connects us all. And we are all in this together. And we cannot be expected to jive and fit like puzzle pieces with everyone. So I actually call that person, if it's usually the same person, the 2%er. They're the person in the organization that even if you gave them more money, they would still be not happy. So you just got to let them go. And the companies that have actually, started the proceedings and said, everything would be great if that person left the company. And you know what? When someone like that leaves the company, for some reason, somebody else fills in that spot. Usually someone in that bottom 20%. I don't know why, but it's an organizational reality. So the sooner you can just accept, breathe, let them go, and just recenter, the better off you're going to be, because you're not going to change it. And you can spend a lot of time documenting. But I'll tell you that the easier, softer way is to look at them and find something that they are good at and can contribute. And if nothing else, you can thank them for being the little grain of sand in your oyster shell that's helping you make pearls, because that's how pearls are made. When they get irritated, they make pearls. So that person is your pearl maker. And the sooner that you can get into a good place with them and accept what's going on, the happier you're going to be. So there is your Happy 88 tool on how to deal with people that drive you to the moon. It's probably going to waste your breath if you've said, I've told you 70,000 times that you can't do that. So 70,001 is probably not going to do it either. If you're in a position of leadership, there is value in looking at job person fit. That is something else that certainly there are some jobs where you have to work very closely with people. And if you've got someone that's just constantly rubbing people the wrong way, there might be another job area that they would be better suited for. Because, and this is the last model I'll use in my tools, I'm crossing over to my organizational psychology hat. And that is people who say it's just a job. It's not rocket science. I don't understand why it's so difficult to get someone just to follow simple directions. And my response to that is, it's because we have humans at work. And to get the job done is not just skill. It's skill plus will. And to get something done, the top half is task. The bottom half is relationships. You can't get stuff done on the top if you do not have the relationships to support it on the bottom. Does that make sense? Good. I see you nodding out there. So there's your organizational psychology answer to what do you do when people drive you crazy at work. Hopefully that has helped you a little. If you're a company and you'd like me to come in and help you with some team building, happy to do that. I love that part of my work. And or if you'd like to come on and talk to me, and I can do some spot consulting on the show, we're always able to do that too. Just go to Dr. Marissa 1 dot, and it's Dr. Marissa 1 dot, you can book me dot, hold on, Dr. Marissa 1 dot, you can book dot me, and schedule some time. All right. And that is it for the question of the day here on the show. When we come back, because it is her birthday week, and she's my Leo twin sister. She's a beautiful, very talented, amazing musician and artist and composer. Her name's Keiko Matsui. Those of you who have been following us, she first came on my show after I did a red carpet at the Long Beach Jazz Festival. She said graciously agreed to be a guest on my show. She came on our very first show. We discovered we had like 12 things in common. And then she came back and we became friends. We're up to, I think, 38 things in common, which is why we call each other sister and twins, because we were literally born 2 weeks apart. So I'm going to come back with her interview the last time she was in studio to bring her new album. So there's a beautiful Japanese blessing that she gives as well. I'm Chinese, so we also tease each other that we are going to be the ones to bring the two countries together. But I'll be back with her interview and just wishing her and celebrating her. Happy birthday, dear Keiko Matsui. He's so beautiful, and hello to your beautiful two daughters like I do have. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Keiko. We'll be right back with more on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, Amazon Music, Audible, you name it, I'm there because I want you to balance out all of the bad news you normally hear with some good news. And I bring you great people, interviews with great people, and now is no exception. For this last segment of the show, it is Keiko Matsui, who's just celebrating her birthday this week. So in celebration of that, I wanted to introduce you, my morning show folks, who may not have seen the afternoon interview, to a beautiful Billboard award-winning musician, composer, arranger, you name it, she does it. She plays the piano like nobody I know. I say, you know, she takes those 88 keys, and I don't know anybody who can get 80 times the different tones and volume and emotion out of notes like she does. So please enjoy the interview.
Recognized as NPR says that Keiko Matsui is appreciated not just as an artist, but as a humanitarian. She dedicates every song she writes to causes that move her. And then the LA Times says there's a strong spiritual quality, that's number 16, that Keiko Matsui brings to all of her creative projects. Her newest album, Echo, hit number 1 on Billboard. Please welcome to the studio, Keiko Matsui.
Hi, Dr. Marissa. Thank you, sister. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much.
Of course. You are just beautiful inside and out.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Happy that you're here.
Thank you.
We text each other every once in a while. Where are you? What are you doing? And we're always, this last time when we were texting, you were in Russia. Right. And I started to ask her in the car, how was Russia? I'm like, save save it for the show because that's the one place I have not been. What was your impression of Russia, and where did you get to play? And
Since I started touring over there in Eastern Europe, like 2002, but currently it's I have been having great time because my fans are waiting for me, and gradually getting bigger and bigger, and I have been performing in the theater. So beautiful opera house and Philharmonic Hall.
wow,
So all beautiful places, but Russia is so big. So sometimes I have to take 18 hours of night train ride or bus ride. But just so thankful, grateful to have fans there.
Yeah.
And this year I did in March, in 31 days, I did like 20 shows in 5 countries, which is in Uzbekistan with the orchestra, and then Azerbaijan, Russia, Ukraine, and Georgia,
wow,
as a piano solo. So it was quite tour.
wow. Did you get tired?
Well, I was tired, but this time I didn't get cold, so it was much better.
Oh, good, good. So what do you tell yourself when you are? I mean, this is the life that you've wanted, right? You know, for those of you who don't know anything about Keiko Matsui, which is hard to believe, but just to give you a quick history lesson, she started playing piano at age
5.
and you love playing. When did you start composing?
Yes, during elementary school. But I never thought about becoming a professional musician. But it is like a diary, writing diary. I made a song after I saw beautiful places or some inspiration came to me. But those student era, I was trying to compose sometime. And especially like junior high school, those time is a learning progress, and it was hard, and I wanted to quit. But when I was in high school, I had opportunity to write, compose for the movie soundtrack in Japan, and that was real professional work. And then the director gave me the book and talk about this movie, and then I received the melody, including introduction, right away. So
wait. You received not like it was in the mail. You received the inspiration.
Yes, I hear the melody and introduction.
How old were you?
17.
17, okay.
And that was the first time I received, actually really for this real work, as a work, I received. Then since then, I started receiving, and I'm enjoying this mystic progress. So even though I didn't think about becoming professional composer or musician, but because of that, I kept writing and receive and deliver the concert. That's my mission, I feel.
So you received, you were open and guided, sounds like.
Yes. So it's like when I compose, I don't think anything. So become nothing. And with a white canvas, and I just wait to hear something coming to me. So every album I do this time makes progress and collect 100 motif, and then I select best 10 out of it.
So this is the beautiful album.
Thank you.
And this is my copy. You can't have it, but you can get it anywhere now, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's done so well.
28th album.
28th album
in US.
In the US.
Yes.
That's truly remarkable because
Thank
you can tell she looks like she's 18, and we share the oil of Olay look. That's the one good thing about being Asian, right? So this is and this album itself had a lot of different collaborations, which I thought was really interesting. Kirk Whalum, which is one of my favorite jazz musicians as well. We're gonna have to bring him on here next time you come. Would love to have that. And so tell me about some of the people. Let's start with Clint Eastwood's son. I read that, I'm like, what?
Okay. Yeah. Because I was introduced to him from my friend, and also my friend is a really big fan of his movie soundtrack. And so when I received this melody for the Return to Eternity, I felt like, okay, this is a great song for him to play. And my manager was a friend with his manager. So it was a really shortcut.
Yes.
And then he replied like up for it. And unfortunately, we couldn't meet because of I adjusted the studio schedule for the drummers, and so he did overdub in Paris, but he did beautifully.
Oh,
Yes,
that is so. I had no idea. So he does his dad's movie scores.
Yes,
I
he
didn't
has
know
been
that.
doing. Oh, no,
No,
yeah,
I
he has
had
been
no
doing
idea.
that, and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I just love the multi-talented, people who,
Yeah.
and you being one of them too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to
meeting him.
Yeah,
You can
maybe
bring him
in
to the
Europe.
studio and his dad.
Yeah. Actually,
have a-
when I was in Russia, I saw the painting of Clint Eastwood, and he was there for the movie festival in the past 2 years. So that was a great coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence. I call that accidental,
Really?
not accidental.
Okay.
Yeah, so that just means they're all coming to the studio. Clint, son, Keiko, we'll have a party. Right?
Yes.
Right? That's so
So
cool.
besides that, I had a great artist and a human being, Marcus Miller. And of course, I invited him to play on previous album, but this time when I received the title track, of course, that time I didn't have any title,
Right.
but I invited him, and after he sent me the track, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I want to make this song as an album title track.
Yes.
And he made me cry, and everyone who put their heart and soul, and not only skill, they are really like deeply dedicated heart and soul. And so that's why I named it called Echo. And not only Marcus, but I invited my family on the road, which is my band. So I composed for them for 2 songs for us to play together.
Beautiful.
And then the top musician, drummer, Vinny Cariuta, and Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar, and all these great musicians who played on my first and second album. So it is like a reunion session. And also my family, the band,
Yes.
and also newer friends like Kyle Eastwood and Gretchen Parlato, great vocalist from New York. So many friends there.
Beautiful. So one
Thank you.
old and new Keiko family.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to have to put in a bid to go with you next time. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering who I have in studio live again, it is my twin sister, Keiko Matsui, who I met in our very first time in studio when I was interviewing you. It was just, you'll have to go watch it. It's on my free subscribe YouTube channel. It's kind of funny because every time, we'd say, so, how many daughters? 2. Oh, I have 2, same age, same, all this stuff. And then we find out the reason why we're twins is we were born 2 weeks apart.
Right. So
Right?
both Leo.
Both Leo, both
Leo.
year of the ox, 2 weeks apart. I mean, what are the chances of that? That's accidental. And I just love being able to spend time too, because I love jazz. Everybody who follows me knows that I love jazz. So it's a
Right.
great way of combining everything with everything. So you are tuned into, take my advice, I'm not using it, get balanced. Get happy with Dr. Marissa now because of the 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are book. So Keiko, what is your message to everyone out there who is feeling not quite so happy, not quite so inspired, concerned, worried, everyone's always talking about what's wrong with the world. What do you want to tell them?
Well, I have been going through many waves, And then now I realize that if you feel not comfortable or if you feel like struggle or those things is a good experience because it's learning progress and it is a sign. And the universe or God or someone is telling you, you shouldn't stop there. You shouldn't stay there. So that's the sign. So it is a great opportunity to you to know and awakening. Like, okay, so how I can change. And there is a, like, how to say, like, you cannot change other people. And you cannot change environment. Sometimes you have to stay there. But the way of your thinking and or your how to select the things, focus, you have the freedom.
Yes.
You
Can you tell she's my sister?
So that's why I think that's a good sign. And of course, I was in the dark spot. I couldn't feel that, but now I understand there's a light. And to find out the light, we need darkness.
Yes.
Like dark, that's why you can find light. And if you focus and you can just select what makes you feel happy or, just if you please find your time, your soul, to find the time or place to make your soul feel happy. That's
beautiful.
The key, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And one of the things that also we love about being sisters is I know you thought she was Swedish too, but she's Japanese, I'm Chinese. And for many, many centuries, those countries were at war. And so we've decided that we're the ambassadors to show that we are at peace.
Right.
But I would like you to say that same thing right now in Japanese, because I think
in
it's
Japanese?
yes, because you have so many. I mean, she's so recognized in Japan. She's like one of the top 3 recognizable figures in Japan. And I know that there's people that are going to be watching this who are Japanese.
Okay.
Just summarize that in a couple of minutes, what you just said about how people can
find the
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really? In
Yeah,
Japanese?
no, in
Okay.
Japanese.
Okay. そうですね。私もいろんな人生波あり、山あり谷ありでしたけれども、やっぱりその苦しい時ってなかなかこういう考えにならないんですけど、今自分で思うのはやっぱり辛い時っていうのはそこに行ったらいけないよって、何か変えていくチャンスだよっていうことを、宇宙か神様か天があなたにサインを送ってくれてるっていうすごく大事な、機会だと思うんですね。経過だと思うので、それに気づいたら、他の人を変えたりあなたの環境を変えることはできなくても、あなたが選ぶ思いっていうのはあなたに自由が 100% あるので、そこから光を求めて自分の魂が喜ぶような時間を見つけていってくださったら、きっとどんどんいい方向に進むんじゃないかなと私は思います。
I understood every word because she did it before in English. No, but that was music right there. 谢谢
Really?
谢谢
谢谢。
我听得懂，你刚刚说的我听得懂，因为你的看你的脸，看你的手都是高兴，你是高兴，你选的就是高兴，你要高兴你就选的高兴。谢谢。
谢谢。
And that was Swedish. That was Mandarin. And I just said that I could understand what she was saying, that it is all about choosing happiness, that it is your most powerful tool. I didn't say that, but because I don't know that particular terminology, but now you know why I love her so much, and now you know why we're so connected, because she's talking, she's preaching to my choir, she's preaching to your choir, that it's truly, my mission, my new mission is my Happy 88 mission, is that 8 million people become 88% happy in the next 8 years. That's my job.
That's wonderful.
Right? And that's you're my partner.
We are the light.
Yeah, we are the light. And
Yeah.
and we both went through a pretty difficult divorce together. That's number 8 or 7 of our commonality thing. And we were talking about it in the car. It's like no regrets. We have 2 beautiful daughters that we couldn't have without that marriage. And we can be pissed off and angry and unhappy if we continue to focus on those things that were not great, or we can choose to see what, I say, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this.
Yes,
right?
I'm really exciting, and I don't know what's going to happen next. And that's why it's long career I have, but I don't feel it because it's so fresh every day. It's
Absolutely.
So fresh.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm so grateful because of Melody come to me and I could create this album, and then I can do tour, and at the concert, music connect us, unite us beyond the culture, religion, ethnic background, or any differences we cannot feel, and we can just feel happy and share my emotion. And they really they wrote me like, thank you for those emotions. So we experience together. It's really mystic, special time for me. So
that's my goal, is to have people have the same reaction when they hear my name. Because when I say I'm having Keiko Matsui, and people go, oh, I love her music. People don't do that when they say Marissa Pei or Dr. Marissa. They don't say that. So my goal is that they have that same reaction. You have so many people who love your music, and for very good reason. It is truly, and now you understand why. Just meeting her, and if this is your first encounter, I'm sure it won't be your last. You're going to be playing in many, many places. Let's see, Newport Beach Film Festival. Why am I saying film? It's because I'm one of the sponsors of the film festival, right? So Newport Beach Jazz Festival. And then Catalina Jazz Tracks Festival.
I have more and more dates because I'm leaving for Japan tour. But I'll be back in August.
Yes.
And please find me.
Yes.
On website or I'm trying to do I admire you for the social media too, because I cannot do that fast and quickly. But I'm trying my best.
You're doing just fine.
Sending message and photo video from the road, from the tour. But I hope you can find me.
Yes.
And please
Keiko Matsui.
come to my show.
Of course. Who's that?
His name is Sora, means sky in Japanese. And I met him in Minnesota airport, Minneapolis airport.
Okay.
And 3 years ago. And since then, he's my partner to travel with.
That's so
always
cute.
You can find him on my social media.
I love it. Yeah, he looks like he's been traveling for 3 years.
Sorry. I watched him, but I have to say, mom said like it's so dirty. So it's not dirty. He is He's oof. So originally gray and beige.
Okay.
I have to say that, but he looks tired. That's for sure. He said
he's been traveling a long
I don't want to
time.
go on the road anymore. So he say that. So but,
he's adorable.
He's sleeping same bed this last 10 days. That's a miracle for him.
I love it. So your social media is?
It's Keiko Matsui Jazz on Instagram and
Facebook.
Facebook.
Keiko Matsui.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Right. Yes.
And a Twitter.
And then your LinkedIn, Twitter, and then your website is
www.keikomatsui.com.
Perfect. And peace in, peace out to Bud, who
Bud, my manager and co-producer for this
wanted
album.
to give it, and Ali and your whole team that was kind enough to supply me with your materials. And we did want to try to play a clip, but because of some copyright issues that we'd have not be able to replay it other places. But it's so easy to go and listen. There's so much good music
if you can go
on
to
YouTube. You can
and website.
Yes.
There's those video and some sample.
Perfect.
To listen to this too.
Perfect.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
And plus it would take away from us, spending time together. This is considered how we get together when she's in town, is we get to do this and we get to go have some dim sum. Yay! After this, let's go. The highlight. The show is like secondary. The dim sum's the highlight. But last question I ask all my guests is,
Yes.
who and what are you most grateful for and to? I don't think I asked you this last time. No. So of the plethora of things in your life and people in your life, who are you most grateful to, or what are you most grateful for? Outside of me, your twin sister.
Okay. To person is okay.
Yeah.
They are so hard to compare.
Yeah.
So to my fans, because of they were there, that's why I could come this far. And after many experience, I found that their love towards my music and their comments like best wishes for your happiness and your good health. That's the most pure thing. That's I learned that after these years. And also the other thing is to my father. He's in heaven since
with mine, number 18.
Oh, okay. Since 1993. But he's the one. He was vice president of a big company in Japan. But he's at the funeral, I realized that he left his smile to many heart, many people. And my mentor said, I'm so similar. My every element is so similar with him. But I really feel that he didn't say, but I feel that from his existence, I feel that the life, doesn't matter which kind of things you did, or doesn't matter which kind of success you had, doesn't matter. Just the important thing is I feel that how you leave this smile to other people's heart. I think that's precious.
That is precious. And I know your dad and my dad are up there watching us on the big screen in the sky and very proud of us and very happy. And that was a dream that I had, that they're cheering us on, watching our lives on a big screen TV.
They are.
Yeah. How beautiful.
Thank you.
So that's it. This is the third of, I'm sure, another visit is in the works. We'll have to have you back again.
Thank you so much.
Of course, because, that's how we catch up.
Right.
And I wish you the very best, as usual.
Thank you.
And you truly are loved, loving, and lovable.
To sister too.
Yeah.
Love you.
Tears are the disinfectant that keep our hearts soft. Keiko Matsui in studio live once again. I hope you were as delighted and inspired and just loved up as much as I was.
Wasn't she incredible? If you've never heard her live in concert, they're starting up again. She does cruises as well. She is just, your soul breaks open when she plays. And if you get a chance to go and see her, people love her, and you'll know why when you do. Or pick up her album, Echo, or any one of her albums. She's done 33 or 34, I believe, already. So proud to call her my twin sister. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Have the best weekend ever.